Okay. Welcome to our Young Innovators Week. And today we will have the last day with the pitches of the participants, but we also will have some presentations, and we have some people that know about investment that will give you some feedback. Yesterday I said that we would alternate the Brazilian and German presentations, but we will do this other way because it's better to have all the Brazilian presentations together and all the German presentations together. Okay? So we will have a first presentation of Anjos do Brasil, but Márcio will tell you a little bit about our speaker, and then we'll moderate the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniela. Good morning, everybody. So we changed the program a little, as Daniela said. So we will start with Maria Rita, then we will have the pitches. So the angels are members of angels organizations that are here today with us, joining us. They will present themselves to you, and after that we will start with the pitches of the Brazilians. We will have a coffee break around 10:30, and in the second block we will have first the presentation of Bruno about venture capital. He is a member of a venture capital enterprise, and then we will have the pitches of the German ones, and then after all of this we will have the evaluation round here, discussion. So we will evaluate all the week, okay, together, and then have lunch. So Maria Rita is our first speaker today. Rita has a career having been built in the areas of finance and operation of family businesses. Nowadays she is executive director of Anjos do Brasil, deeply connected to the themes of diversity and impact in investing. And in 2013, she founded the MIA, a movement in which it promotes greater female participation in investing in startups. And she is a co-founder and advisor to Dynamo, a movement that works in the formulation of public policies for entrepreneurship and investment in startups, in addition to participating in several government committees related to the topic. Rita, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here with you all. I will try to keep it really, really briefly, because I know that all entrepreneurs want to pitch for us, and we love hearing pitches. It's the best part of everything. But what they asked me is just to show you a little bit of how angel investment is working in Brazil and how it's related to all the other agents, all the other people that are working with that. So let's go. Here we are. The first important thing, and probably you all know, but sometimes they don't, is that we work in a scenario that is stage financing. What does this mean? That one entrepreneur that wants to receive venture capital investment will go to different stages. So if you see here, they will go first when they have just the idea through the founders, family, and friends. Some people call it fools. I don't like, because nobody is fool. It's just love money. It's money from you and from people that know you, that believe in you, that when you have just an idea, no professional investor will give you money, but your family will, your former boss, some people that know you, that know that you are really good, will do that. So you have that. You also have money from accelerators, from incubators. You have this kind of money, and here is when you start with the most important thing of our job, and I forgot to say the time, sorry. And this is the most important thing, because we are not just about capital. It's not just money. It's smart money. It's money that comes with something else, with help. And what kind of help? So different kinds. We can help you to understand better the market, or we can help you to model your business model. We can help you with relationships. Sometimes you need to open a door to talk to some big client. We can go there. We also try give you some respect to your company. Sometimes it's a company that have just 1 year and wants to sell to a big one. How you do that? You can say, I have this kind of investor, and they know this investor, and they think, wow, this investor believes in this company, so I will also do that. So this is the most important thing. When you try to find an investor for you, don't look just to capital. Capital is commodity. We all have, it's the same for everybody. Looks what this investor brings to you. And all these people will bring you more. From here up, they will do that. We have also money from subvention. Sometimes entrepreneur forgets about that, and especially for entrepreneurs that have deep tech or that are really developing some kind of technology that's really important, that's really different, that's really innovation, they will use that. We have here in Brazil, in São Paulo, FAPESP. I'm sure that in Germany you also have a lot of different stuff also, and it's a good money. It will not work for everything, but can help you a lot with the development of new technologies. You have also crowdfunding, is something that is beginning to be really big here in Brazil and can help you, especially for companies that are selling to consumers. Because when you have, I don't know, 100, 200 of people that invested little amounts in your company, they will be proud to say, I'm an investor of this company. So please, if you need them, use them. So you have a lot of people promoting your company, so it can be good. After that, we have angel investors. What's the major difference between angel investors and venture capitalists? Is that we invest our own money. We put our own money in your company, and we help you directly. And when you go after that, you are going to have venture capitalists. And venture capitalists, they raise money from different people, from other people, and they will invest in your company. And venture capitalists, we have all kinds of them. People that invest little amounts, that are seed money, people that invest a little more, and that go up all this ladder. So it's really important that you understand that. And what you give in return for that? Part of your company. Equity. And equity, remember all the time, is the most important thing that you have in your company. Don't just give it. An investor comes to you and say, I want 20%, I want 30%. No, you have to be you have to take care of your equity, because each of us will take a little piece. And you have to go up to here with the major part of your company. We have all the time, here in Brazil now, we are really proud to say that we have investors from all of these stages. We have good investors, good subvention, we have good angels, we have a lot of angel networks here in Brazil, we have venture capitalists. So I don't think that we have some gaps, we have points that we don't, that one good entrepreneur will not have the ability to raise capital. So this is really nice. This is really good for all the entrepreneurs. And they are mostly understanding what they have to do. Anjos do Brasil started 10 years ago, and we don't have all kinds of agents here. A lot of people don't know exactly what they are doing, but now they do. So you as entrepreneurs have to be really professional when you try to raise money from venture capital. And angels, all of that, are inserted in this industry, okay? Just to show to you a little bit about the numbers of how angel investment is growing in Brazil, I will bring numbers just from Anjos do Brasil. We do a research from all the industry, but we are going to present this recent research in a month from now, so I cannot show you the numbers, and I decided it's better for all these people to understand the numbers of Anjos do Brasil in 2021 than to show the big numbers of the industry from 2 years ago. So I will show you, and I'm really proud of these numbers. The main highlights that we have is that last year we invested in 30 startups. It's a lot, people. It's really a lot. And why is that? It's because we have good entrepreneurs, because we have good investors, and they are understanding how to do that. We have a very good amount here, but what I want to say to you that is really make me really, really proud is this number here. More than half of the investees that we had are startups that are found for female use. And this is really, really important because this number is really different from all the numbers of the ecosystems in Brazil. I don't know exactly the numbers in Germany, but I'm pretty sure that they are really much more slow because in the US, in Europe, they are. And why this is important is just because, Maria Rita, you are a woman, you like that, you like female entrepreneurs. No, it's because innovation is about to do different answers to problems that really exist. And when we people different can share our views, we are going to propose better solutions. So this is really, really nice. We did a very big job for that. I'm really proud. And our pipeline, this is important also for you to see that it's a big funnel. It's difficult to raise money. It's not easy for anybody. So one of the tips that I can share with you is that be prepared. Know your business very well. And the second thing is don't take a no because you are going to listen to a lot of no's as a personal one, as they are saying no to me. They are saying no to your company at this moment. Maybe they just didn't understand what you are doing. So it's really important for you to understand that and to relate to the investors. We did deals all over Brazil. This is also something that is really nice and shows that we have good business in all the places. So if you are Brazilian entrepreneurs that come from the Northwest, from the South, from wherever, you are going to find good investors for you. And also, I just want to point to another number that's here, is that it's about the sectors. A lot of people ask me, is there a sector that angel investors always want to invest that is more relevant? And I say no, angel investors are agnostic. This is another difference from venture capitalists. Venture capitalists, usually they have to have a very clear thesis. They will invest in SaaS, they will invest in fintechs, they will invest in education, and angels know. So we like any kinds of sectors. If there is a big problem, you are going to find, and you can solve this well, you are going to find an angel investors for you. And my time is up. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that if you have good projects here in Brazil, you can find us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rita. So we will start then with the presentations. Do you want to be the first one?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, do you agree? Okay. No problem. I want to do in the order that we have here, in this sequence, but no problem, Rafael. So, okay. So, and then we will start with the pitches. And, before the pitches, I want that the colleagues that are here today to see your pitches and help to evaluate it, that they present themselves. I don't know all the names, Rodrigo, Hugo. Can you come here in the front? Or you can speak from there.
So, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to be here to join this morning with you. So, about me, so I have like 15 years of professional, so I joined different kind of industry, technology, and chemical in different companies. One of those is BASF, so I already work at that, and also SumUp. I know that you have heard about that. So it's a pleasure. I also, during my career, I tried to found a company. So I was one of co-founder tech company, 2 years, but unfortunately I didn't have like too much success. But I already joined here and I raised money and with some angel investors. So I was accelerated by Visa company. So I know how painful it is, but how great it is. So I wish all luck for you and nice to meet you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mauricio. I'm from São Paulo. Sorry, I'm very nervous. Yes, I invested Anjos from FEA Angels. FEA Angels started the operation in 2008. I'm business consultant too. I have more than 15 years of experience working with new business and digital transformation, and in leading companies, as for example, Carrefour and Via Varejo. I opened a new e-commerce of Carrefour. I have 3 MBAs too. And my expectation for today is to learn about your startups and can contribute with my knowledge and maybe to help you with tips. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mauricio.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Hugo. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. Nowadays, I'm working at Alice. It's a health tech company here, a startup at Series C nowadays. I work there at financial planning. So I help my company with the business plan and all the, I don't know, like, I don't know if you all know, like CAC, like the acquisition cost, and also like the unit economics of that. Okay. I hope I can help you here today, bringing some like feedbacks. So if you wanna like know more about like, I don't know, the health sector here in Brazil, call me. Let's like talk a little. I'm also from FEA Angels. There's the angel investors group here, one of many that we have. And pleasure to be here. Thank you all.
Thank you, Hugo.
Good morning. My name is Bruno. I represent my company, Multicapital. I will have the opportunity to share more words about my company later with you. I'm an entrepreneur. My focus is on deep tech, on how we may help the entrepreneurs beside capital. And it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Marcio, for the invitation. And I wish you all good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruno. Bruno was some years ago at Braskem, was our contact. I invited him as representative of Braskem, then he told me I'm not there anymore. So, but Adilson could come, it was very well. So what we planned is that each presenter will have 3 minutes to present. Anna will show when you are in the last minute, so and when the time is concluded. And then we will open for 2 minutes for questions. I will say everyone can ask, okay? And especially our colleagues here from the angel sector or venture sector, they can give tip if they don't want to make a question, but they can comment your presentation as well. Okay? So then we will start with the startup project Timbrasom of Rafael. I don't have the own name. Rafael Zinni Lopes. Yes. Okay. And Victor, it's Victor today here. Yes, Victor is also there. Okay, you can come. Also, we know Timbrasom from the following ones. It was running once as well.
Thank you, Marcio. I guess everybody's here is nervous. So, free. Okay, when we're ready. Yeah. October 4th, 2021. Billions of people were unable to communicate in the biggest social network in the world. That day was known as the Facebook outage. Yet, these same people still search many ways to solve that solution, even though they were desperate. But what I feel know is that this problem of communication outage, it happens daily in the lives of more than 400 million people in the world, just because they are deaf. That's why Timbrasom is here. That's why I, Rafael Zinni, I'm here. I'm a UPG sustainable leader, and I am specialized in social impact, and I know how to move hearts of the people. Timbrasom is a cell phone application, and Android is a cell phone application that translates any sound, music, video, games into vibrations for these deaf people. Our solution is simple. It has only two options. The microphone is focused on the B2B, and the Timbrar is our new word that means sensing the sound through your hand. That means Timbrar. The microphone option is like this. You can talk to the people, and then through Morse code, people will know how to what were you talking, and then this Morse code can be trained for everyone. The Timbrar option is different. The Timbrar is made for people who want to have a better experience in YouTube Music, Deezer, and other media applications, where you can get the cell phone audio and then translate this audio into vibrations. One of the test groups, we are now in the MVP. We are validating the MVP. And in this validation, we have a group of 5 people, and these 5 people, one of them said that this product is really, really good using with Anymate. So it went so smoothly for him, and he wants this application for that. And then here we have a deaf child that was testing the application. It's the best way to know how it works. He's testing the microphone. Deaf people are not like people that can talk, so we can still be able to learn Portuguese for this. And the other part, he starts like dancing. This is the relaxing part. People want to sense the vibrations, and through this is only for a cost of $2 per month for anyone to buy. And we want to change the world through the Timbrar. I hope I got like everything to say. Thank you all. Oh, the questions.
For 2 questions, for 2 minutes of questions, so who want to ask first?
So what I'd like to understand better, it's what does vibration means? So it's only a vibration, or they can understand, I don't know, if you vibrate like twice, it means something, or how does it work, this vibration?
This vibration works in 2 stages. The microphone is focused on the Morse code. Then we translate the words into a Morse code, and then can understand through the vibration, but the vibration has two plus. One thing is that the vibration has different intensities. So he can understand when it's like in a low pitch because they vibrates in a low intensity, and the other higher. And then we have pauses between the vibrations. That means that you can understand what you are talking through these pauses too. And then the different intensities, the pauses, and it means there's a structure, different intensities, and the tempo, the riff, and the beats that we use.
And did you find some other companies playing in this ecosystem or have some similar solutions?
I have some here in these slides. Just get to this slide. Okay. Tron Technologies has something very, very similar, but it is a wearable. This wearable makes vibrate, but it only uses while we're using the microphone. So you need to have a high music, like a high intensity music, to make it vibrate. And deaf people really don't want this high density music because they will like bother other ones. So yes, there are some people, and Tron was like a bomb that goes with Whindersson Nunes because of the marketing.
Time is over. Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you. So, and then a second, I have here on my list, Refruta, Isabella is today, okay? So the nine, you can come. So Isabella Kuo, or Lydia. Oh, Lydia, sorry. I wrote wrong here. So Lydia. Do you like ice cream? I love it.
Oh, great. Actually, you were going to have the opportunity to taste on lunch. Yeah, one of our co-founders is coming. Yeah. Hello, my name is Lydia, and we from Refruta came to change the way you see nutrition and how you eat your ice cream. How many times did you ask yourself if the ice cream that you're eating is healthy, if it doesn't have so many sugar, fat, or even make you sick? And how many times you even avoided buying ice cream or rejecting an invitation to eat ice cream with your friends just because you were worried? Empty calories. Now in the 21st century, paradoxically, we have an issue that more people are becoming obese, but in the same way, they are malnourished. So our team, we are a very interdisciplinary team composed of nutrition student, biology student, agriculture, and ice cream expert, ice cream production expert. We developed healthy snacks on a stick. Basically, we realized that in this format, it's easy, it's convenient to eat on the go, and we want to deliver nutrition functionality using Brazilian superfoods and our raw materials from a sustainable production source, and to give this nutrition functionality. What it means is not only is healthy and natural, but actually gives a specific benefit. For example, a protein content. You can see here one of our prototypes is with coconut with whey protein, or also antioxidant content from our açaí with guaraná, which is two Brazilian superfoods that give energy and antioxidant. As a calming effect from, for example, GABA and another Brazilian fruit of maracujá, and also other we have a portfolio you can see later that can give like probiotic, that can give strengthen your immune system. So our goal is to give not only the flavor itself, but something that as you eat, you can nourish your body and don't have guilt of harming your body and the environment. We aim also to use biodegradable packaging that we already contacted the manufacturer so that it doesn't harm the environment as well. And from a sustainable production system that is protecting the environment as well. And we invite you to come and join this sweet journey with us. We are in the prototyping stage, and we're going to see a tech incubator this semester. Thank you very much.
So, questions? Yeah, Rita?
Congrats, I love ice cream. But exactly that, this is what I want to ask you. Because we know healthy snacks is a trend, we need a lot, but why ice cream? Because it's so hard to keep it, to maintain it. And you said, I want people to eat it on the go. And you cannot do that exactly with ice cream. So why ice cream?
Actually, our team came about in a school class last semester. And in our team, we had a girl that she's a specialist in ice cream. You know, Escola Refruta from São Paulo. She's the second most important person, and she has. They have even like factory there, and like they can test all they can do all the formulation there. So we were thinking, why not put the functionality on ice cream? But we also thought about expanding our portfolio for other types of snacks as well. But at first, we thought about ice cream.
Is it possible to protect this IP? For example, file a patent?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Is it possible to file a patent of this?
We are aiming like to make the combination, the formulation itself. I think yes, but some of them are more like, we have a portfolio of them, so I think some of them are more common formulations, at least for like Brazilians, I think, but some of them are more unique. So I think the unique combinations you can see later, we can do. So, for example, morango com hibisco, which is strawberry with hibiscus, the medicinal one. It's a kind of very unique. I never saw in the market as well. So we want to give this. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Lydia, but I want you could conclude. Okay. Thank you very much, Lydia. So, I wanted only to give information that Rafael is a master's student, mestrado, and Lydia is in the undergraduate student, right? Okay, and now we will have a PhD student, also from Glycoproteomics Lab, Lucas Cardoso Lázari, right?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lucas. I am a biotechnology engineer, and I work with this group here, like a proteomics laboratory. We are expertise in working with proteins, extracting them, and analyzing them. And for the past 2 years, we've been applying this knowledge to develop new methods for diagnosis of diseases. And one of the diseases that we work with, or we start working with, is malaria. For malaria and any other disease, the early diagnosis is crucial. It means that if a person is diagnosed early, it can receive the most appropriate treatment, and it can result in a lower mortality. So for malaria, there are many diagnostic methods available in the market. Each one of them has its own strengths and drawbacks. Some of them are really fast, but very expensive. Some of them are really accurate, but time-consuming. But there is one feature that no one of them is still has mastered, and that is the ability to detect malaria even when the patient is asymptomatic. If someone develops a method that is fast, low cost, accurate, and can detect malaria in its earliest, as early as possible, it can have a beneficial impact on the lives of many people. To get a better idea on how much this is a big of a problem, according to WHO, only in 2020, more than 241 million people suffered from malaria over 85 countries. And the same year, they sold more than it was sold more than 419 million units of rapid tests for malaria. And we've taken into consideration the years of 2010 to 2020, this number jumps to 3.1 billion units sold. So it's a problem that affects a lot of people, especially from Africa, and has a very big market. And so where do we fit in this scenario? Our team, our group has developed a method that extracts the individual's proteins, quantify them, and use this information to train machine learning models to identify patterns that are specific for certain diseases. We've done that for COVID-19, we've done that for glioblastoma, we've done that for pancreatic cancer, and now we are moving towards malaria. Our results demonstrate that this method is fast, accurate, low cost, and most importantly, can detect disease in its earliest stages. So we believe that that will be true for malaria as well. Although our solution for malaria is still on the idea, we are expecting for the next months to receive the samples from our collaborators to build this database of human samples and data. And by the end of the year, we will expect to have the models trained to be tested and validated. Thank you.
Okay. Questions? First one.
Hi.
Hello.
What's your main issue today?
I'm sorry?
What's your main problem? What's your big problem today?
Not regarding malaria?
No. Where we are, what's your problem? What you're doing today now?
Today we are still talking with the collaborators. It's very difficult to acquire samples. They have to be collected very well. We have to have a really good control on the dates that the samples were collected, because we are aiming to produce a method that is able to detect malaria in asymptomatic individuals. So we have to collect the samples as soon as possible, even when the patient doesn't even have symptoms. So it's very difficult. We are this is our main problem today, collecting the samples with collaborators.
Congrats. To solve malaria, it will be huge.
Yeah.
But let's talk about what you did prior to that, because malaria is just an idea. The solutions that you have first, you said COVID and some other diseases. It's just something that you do on the lab, or it goes industrial, you can commercialize that. How it came?
What we do, it can be commercialized in a form of software or website for a diagnosis, where people put their samples, read from the equipment, and we can diagnose, give some result. But we are only in the lab phase yet. We have the most advanced model we have is for glioblastoma, which we are already validating with other samples with great accuracy, like 82% accuracy. But we are not advanced yet in this part of commercialization and creating a software, for example.
It's not a contest, so we can be flexible.
No, I could not figure out why you are cheaper and faster, because we are still in the process of the beginning of the process. So this is.
Yeah, we use a technique, proteomics technique, that when compared to other proteomics technique, it's relatively cheaper. The problem is you have to have this equipment, which is quite expensive, but there are a lot of hospitals in Brazil that already has this equipment, so that's why it became cheap. But if you have to buy it, then it gets a little bit expensive.
Thank you, Lucas. So I will call now Isabella Kuo. She's an undergraduate student, and her startup project is named Journey. Do you like to travel? Tourism? That's the topic. Tourism. Yeah. Sure. Can you start?
Yeah. Traveling is the #1 consumer dream in Brazil and also the #2. And in this statistic, we have Celeste, who is a student, and for some reason she had to stay in lockdown the last 2 years. But now that she can finally go out, she wants to travel to a place she ever dreamed of. For that, she will look across the web on information and try to interconnect all of this information to make the greatest itinerary with the best cost benefit. And after all this process, we notice that she feels kind of tired and exhausted because it is a lot of trouble. And we asked her and some other people, how do they feel about planning their trip? And they concluded that it is indeed stressful, time-consuming, and tiring. But above all, it's enjoyable because planning about your future trips is basically serotonin. So we wanted to take this stress and turn it into something pleasant and uncomplicated in an app where we have everything, all the overview, and you have to search in any other platform. And with this overview, you can plan itinerary, a perfect itinerary that Journey can provide to you, or you can make it yourself, being reminded of times of transporting and time for eating and resting. And when you feel confident that you have itinerary that won't give you much surprises during your trip, you have access to a financial planning page where you can experiment changing the attractions and the restaurants so it fits your budget. And sometimes surprises happen, so we also include this feature of real-time recommendation of things that are in your area and might interest you. And we have the three main products. There are Journey Itinerary is the freemium feature to create itineraries. Journey Souvenir, which is social media content creation and a summary of your trip. Also, Journey Local Business, with this partnership with local businesses to advertisement and cashback program. And this is destined to 1.4 billion international tourists, plus domestic tourists inside each country market. And I'm Isabella, and I have a partner, Gabriel. We are both software developers, and we are currently in the early stage of development of the app. That's why we are inviting you to be part of our journey of making this user experience that is very pleasant and uncomplicated with your smart money.
Okay, so we have time for questions. Rita?
Congrats, we all want that. But one of the things that I always ask some entrepreneurs that are doing some apps that needs a lot of things that you integrate different stages is, what did you choose to start with? Because it will be impossible, I think, to have it all at the same time. So how are you going to start?
I firstly start on scraping to try to gather more info to create the itineraries and provide the financial planning. I think that are the things that would be most time consuming in the app for the user. But I think our main difference is the connection of all these elements, so we can create an immersive experience and uncomplicated, so that the user can picture better how their trip is going to happen.
Next question or comment?
About your app, you, as Rita mentioned, you need to integrate it every platform, so on. So, from my point of view, you might be the competition would be like the agents, the tourism agents that provide you. So you just grab someone and please give me the itinerary. So for the people that they don't like to use this to schedule his own trip, what's the difference you have comparing to the normal agents that can provide you the whole itinerary? You can talk, you can ask information, you can ask recommendation.
I think our product is destined to people that like to avoid the tourism enterprise, like people to make it for them. So I don't see how we can control it. So I think it's directed more to a different market. People that like to do it by themselves and don't want the guide to be directing them. They want to see the options by themselves to find the best cost benefit.
Thank you. So, the next one is also an undergraduate student, and she is Larissa Figueiredo, and startup. And Larissa is not today there. Have not come. Okay, then we go to the next undergraduate student, named Victoria, with the PFF startup.
Hello, I'm Victoria. I'm a pharmacy student at USP, and I'm here to talk about the best friend food proposal. So, the SDG 3.4 of United Nations Organization focuses on reducing the mortality due to non-communicable chronic diseases by prevention and treatment. And the World Health Organization recommends a balanced diet and daily exercises as that prevention. So all around the world has been growing the number of children in obesity, and predictions say that will be 206 million children in obesity by 2025, whose will probably turn into non-communicable chronic disease patients in years front. And we need to make an intervention as soon as possible, because I knew a 14-year-old boy that already uses medicines to control his cholesterol levels. And obesity is correlated to diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, and cancer. So the BFF solution is to develop an obesity prevention model in a funny way for guarantee a future health life and not for just a moment weight loss. So BFF wants to despert the children's desire to eat healthy food by an education approach with cartoons. So and incorporate a better physical education program to stimulate all the children to participate. So BFF wants to show the kids the meaning behind the phrase, you need to eat fruits and vegetables by using characters fighting against the diseases agents, because children reproduce the acts of their favorite characters. So we want to match the menu of the week with the episodes of the week to inspire the children's eyes to eat the real food. And in addition, we want to make PA classes that use play to stimulate the children to participate. And why the kids? Because it's more easy to tend their mind than an adult, and we can educate their parents by educate them. So Best Friend Food is looking for a long-term solution that will be kept by the kids while they are growing. So BFF is in an early stage and the idea phase. So we need to find a team to develop and promote the idea to impact these young lives. Thanks for the attention.
Thank you, Isabella. Victoria, sorry.
Awesome, Victoria.
First question.
Awesome, Victoria. And I love it that you are focused on kids, but they are hard to achieve, and also hard to engage. So how you think that BFF can engage kids and also achieve them? Like parents, they don't want to like many solutions for kids that are digital. They don't want to kids and the phones. So how your idea can help also parents and also the kids.
Okay. Initially, the best friend solution was to be implemented in the schools, because my mother is a teacher and I have a lot of experience, her experience about education of the children, and we need to start step by step with them. So if we put this in this school, we can have a long-term result with them. But it's not like, oh my God, I showed them the cartoon today and tomorrow they will change their lifestyle and everything. So putting this in the school, we can work with the parents too. So an integrated education.
This is great solution. So I hope this works, because I have 2 kids. So, and one of them, she doesn't like any kind of fruit. So it's really difficult. So, and nowadays we have all the schools providing all the education inside home. I also tried, but I couldn't even offer some prize for them. So my point here is, I think we do need to go understand the kids, the customer experience, because it's really tough. And about the cartoons, the cartoon that they like, it's Frozen, Mickey Mouse, Disney, how you can get this partnership with them. I don't think it would be easy and cheap. So this is really important for your business.
Yeah. I want to talk just a little thing. The BFF needs a multidisciplinary team, to work with the kids, because it's not like I will show him some cartoon and he will change his lifestyle, because we have the psychology too. Sometimes the family is not okay and the kids not okay, so we need to consider everything it's around their life. So the culture, the parents, the mental health, the physical, everything. So BFF needs a multidisciplinary team to do that with certainly certificate.
Thank you, Victoria. And apologize me for mixing the names. So actually we have only 6 candidates from Brazil, or candidates or presenters from Brazil. And the last one is a master's student, Pedro Farias. Pedro, so his startup project is named Triboelectricity. A little long, but
Hello. Hello. My name is Hello, my name is Peter. No Peter Parker, Peter Farias. My startup Timbrasom pegou Triboelectricity. The purpose of Gims emotion is to convert triboelectric energy of warmth movement in energy elétrica. You be with I'm used de charge mobiles, telephone cell, computer, por exemplo. Everyone has a need. They use the phone, cellular, notebook, and there was a change in the battery. And worse, it's usual right we made using the must. In Brazil, overruns the 4 and 5 hours a day in the cell phones, and 6:30 in the personal computer, notebook. Even with the portable changes, forgetting the charging of Mike's life, are difficult for many. After all, student the live in the digital worlds. Uma protótipo. Smart installs and test. It's converse. Thank you very much. Let's innovate.
Thank you, Pedro. Peter. So,
No parking.
then, questions?
How many cycles would be possible to use this technology? Have any estimative? Quantos ciclos, né? A gente poderia.
Carregamente and 5, 6.
Great, Peter. So, how did you test the solution? Using solution? No? Can you explain?
Testing in persons, USP Ribeirão Preto, em quantidade of na faculdade de educação física.
Pode falar português. Né?
De educação física, na USP.
Thank you, Pedro. So, you are just in time. I don't know if someone wants to comment something about the pitches before we go to coffee break. No? So then I will say we go now to coffee break. We have time for networking, especially with the ones that pitched. And yes, and it's how long? 15, 20 minutes? 20? For 20 minutes, we will come back and go ahead. Okay, thank you. So as I announced at the beginning, we will now have the presentation of Bruno. So I heard a lot that the people are very interested in the presentations from the first presentations. They were all very good evaluated. So, Bruno, I must not present yourself because you have already done. Okay.
So once again, thank you very much, Marcio. It's a pleasure to be here with you. So our agenda today, I'll introduce myself. I will show a technological case developed here in USP with a company from São José dos Campos called Golden Technology. It's a very successful case of a spin-off in partnership with the University here of São Paulo. I will show also a little bit of my business in venture capital. I will share also some thoughts regarding challenges and opportunities we have between Brazil and Germany. And I will end up sharing some topics that we are looking for collaboration with Germany. So where I came from, I'm an entrepreneur since I was born. My family has been also developing different business. My family business company is called Orbital Engenharia. We manufacture solar arrays for satellites. We developed liquid rocket propulsion, and also last December we launched a hypersonic vehicle with the Brazilian Air Force. We also developed projects with the German space agents, DLR. So we have a strong and old relationship with Germany and also with technology. So the mask that I'm wearing, where it is, was made in partnership here with USP, from the chemical department, and ICB. Golden Technology is a company from the textile sector, and he took advantage of the pandemic in the sense of delivering a technology that's old in the textile sector, in terms of a smell, of a well-being. So within 6 months, this technology was deployed in the market. Initially, the Brazilian health regulatory agents, our FTA, allowed. In the second moment, some companies couldn't go ahead with their products. Fortunately, Golden succeeded because they had achieved all the requirements, all the stuff that they was asking for. So within 6 months, this was from 0 to million reais of revenue for the company. So it's possible to develop technology in Brazil in partnership with São Paulo University. That's the case here. So my business is regarding deep tech due to my background in the space sector. We say that I like this statement from BCG, that deep problems require deep tech. We are located at the São José dos Campos Technological Park, more or less 1.5 or 2 hours from here. The topics that we are interested are aerospace, advanced materials, artificial intelligence, drones and robotics, electronics, and also biotech. Why are different? Why are we unique? Because we have this, we are entrepreneurs, we like to understand the startup problem, we like to help them. My partner has a huge background in the financial market, and also we believe that for high-tech entrepreneurs, talk about Germany, talk about internationalization is not only a fancy stuff, but it's mandatory in terms of market, in terms of the leading, in terms of your technological landscape. That's something that we believe, that we lived, and we are promoting for the companies we are working with. We are running and fundraising our first fund. It's 50 million reais, or less 10 million euros. And the ticket size we are seeing at São José dos Campos Tech Park is from 1 million reais up to 5 million is the average investment that could change the status quo from the startups. And regarding the challenge and opportunities, here we have the Atlas of Economic Complexity from Harvard. The Brazilian economic structure, of course, is different from Germany. We have here in Brazil, a huge influence from the agribusiness. Germany has a different economic structure, a different economic matrix, but the point is, it's possible, for example, with São Paulo University, with several institutions we have here, establish a communication, establish a dialogue in terms of market, in terms of technology. In this sense, my company is open for capital from foreign investments here in Brazil, also tech partners willing to introduce technology in Brazil, German startups that are looking for partnerships to enter the Brazilian market, who sees the Brazil as a huge market, and also German partners that are willing to introduce Brazilian startups in Europe, for the reason that I mentioned. We believe that not only market is important, but technology. Usually, the entrepreneurs are trained to talk about the market, and the VC also, to understand the market potential, talk about growth. But we bring another very important variable for us is the technology. A technology will deploy a service, a product into a market that will generate a revenue. So we want to combine both things, and of course, German has both. And we believe that, like São Paulo University, São José dos Campos, in those places, we also could establish this kind of connection. We could establish a partnership and deploy a very successful startup, for example. So that was the topics that I would like to share with you today regarding technology, regarding high-tech entrepreneurship. And I appreciate very much this opportunity to be here with you today. And good luck for the pitches we have in the sequence. Thank you very much.
So then we will go to the second round of the pitches. Now we will have our German ones here, or from Germany. All of them are German. I want to do in our alphabetic order here. Charlotte is not there, right? So then we will start with Chittaranjan Das. So PhD student at the University of Stuttgart, and the startup is named Perosol, right? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Myself, Chittaranjan Das, and I'm a scientist by training, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm the co-founder of Perosol Solar Cells. And these are my team. This is my team, and we are consist of 3 scientists and 1 marketing person. So what we are doing, we are working on 4th generation solar cell. So why we need a 4th generation solar cell? Basically, the solar cell market is dominated by silicon solar cells, and it's mostly either in the solar park or building integrated solar cells. Either in the solar park or building integrated solar cells. And they have the problem that in case of solar park, then rest of the area cannot be used for anything efficiently. And in case of building integrated, then we are shadowing the sun rays that is not entering into the building. That means like you are making the building dark, and again you are using the same power to light your building. On top of that, the solar panels are really heavy, approximately 18 kilograms per 300 watt of power, and it can broke due to accidents and some other incidents. And another problem is that you cannot integrate this kind of solar cells with this irregular building size which are present in the fancy buildings. So what's the solution? The solution could be something like which is transparent or semi-transparent, flexible, and you can customize depending upon your need. And here we are. So we are perovskite solar cells. We are fabricating and designing this kind of solar cells. So this is a very simple chemistry, and one can do anywhere and everywhere, unlike silicon solar cells. So here are example in our lab. These are working solar cells, very semi-transparent and lightweight, and we can have a flexibility. And here, as it gives us flexibility, we can print on any of the substrate. And for example, here is a substrate on PET foil. And the good thing is that you can customize it. You can have your own design as you need. It's unlike silicon solar cells. You don't need to fit to the company. You can give us an idea. Okay, we need this design, and we can print it for you. So that's our idea. And we are existing from September 2021 with a startup existing from Germany. And right now we are able to produce like 70 centimeter square of semiconductor layer that can be used for these solar cells. And next 12 months, we are planning to make a prototype 125 centimeter square, which is close to the present day silicon solar cell panels. And later on, after existence of our Perosol, almost after 36 months, we would like to get into the market with our own production facility and series production. And for this, we invite you, all the partners from market and funding agencies, to cooperate with us. And thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you, Shiva. And so, questions?
What's the efficiency you could achieve with this technology?
So in the lab, this kind of solar cells that we are preparing, it's like 25%. And for this scalable, we are aiming at approximately 15 to 18% efficiency. So that we can compete with this silicon solar cells.
So, how expensive is compared to the solutions that we have nowadays? So, in order to make sense in terms of financially speaking, make sense when you invest.
Okay, so since we're the first company in Germany, and it would be a little bit expensive. Now we are having it like for one square meter, it will be like 100 to 150 euros. So that means one can use like 300 watts of energy. So presently it's expensive. Present calculation, but if we go on production like a large scale, then it will drop sharply.
In terms of degradation per year, what's your estimate?
So now we have like 1,000 of sun hour of stability. So in 1,000 sun hour stability, we have reduced the performance goes by only 5%, and we are working on that. And since we are one of the pioneers in this field with our team, so we are working on that, and we believe that we can bring it higher.
Are you competing with some other companies that have like the same or equal solutions, or?
Yes, in Europe, one of our competitors is solid technology, but they are working on different method. And in our case, we are just printing it, and this printing was only done in 5 minutes. And they are working on other ways of printing.
Thank you. So Dana Couture also not come. So the next one then is Ivan the Terrible. Ivan Louis Zenzen, so master student at the University of Cologne. And I don't have the name of your startup, but it's initiative in Agro 4.0.
PhD student. Master, I already have 2. Please don't put me in a third one.
Here we have master in knowledge. PhD. PhD. Sorry. So you can start. Yeah.
Okay, so good morning. My name is Ivan. I'm an agronomic engineer. I'm a molecular plant physiologist, and I'm also a farmer. And today I would like to talk to you about genomics analytics, and that's basically the solution that I'm developing. We basically aim to empower farmers to make better decisions and reliable decisions using data in their farms. And our first target is the Brazilian soybean market. As you can see, it's like 4.7 million, over 40 million hectares cultivated in the last cropping season in Brazil. And yeah, basically, we deal with a lot of unpredictability in this field. As you may know, in south of Brazil this year we had a severe drought. And farmers need to choose every year which kind of seeds, which seed variety they will use in their farms. So how do they do that? Which kind of information they use to do this decision? They can rely on the previous cropping season that they had, but yeah, with climate change and like more unpredictability, not reliable. They can use like the new digital ag alternatives in the market. They are great, but actually they just also look in information from the past. They harvest information from the previous crop season, and yeah, again, just historic information. So basically what we are coming up with is with genomics analytics, and we plan to integrate the crop's genetic background with data analytics and machine learning to bring like this information and incorporate that in the digital ag that's already there. So that way we can do like a reliable data-driven decision-making prediction for the farmers, so he can pick the really best variety for his field in a very customized way. And why me? So I'm basically working in this field for the last 17 years of my life. I have some good background on that. I have some good contacts in the industry. I know quite well the market already. Of course, still need much help to bring that to life. Why now? Now we have the technology really matured to develop those kinds of tools for the market. And why Brazil? Well, it's a very dynamic country. It's my home country, and I really would like to contribute targeting first the problem that we have in the farm of my parents. So thank you so much, and yeah, open for questions.
So questions?
In which stage is currently your company?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like going through the ideation process, through the prototyping. I have like, I like to call it like a full prototype. We are also kind of planning to raise some money to build the real prototype / MVP, because it involves a lot of sequencing. Basically, we need to sequence the genome of those varieties that we want to target for our first prototype and the transcriptome, and that involves some support of money. So with that in hand, I'm planning to test already in the next cropping season in south of Brazil, starting with my parents' farm and some neighbor farms, the MVP, and see how it goes. So it's in kind of ideation prototyping phase.
You are competing with who? What are the companies that you are competing in this market?
Yeah,
and your team. Who is your team?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Our competition will be, I would say nowadays, is the big tech companies. So basically you have Climate Field View from Bayer, and you have the XR View platform from BASF. They kind of bring some sort of information for the farmer, so he can already use data-driven platform to make this decision in the farm, although they don't incorporate this kind of information. So as I said, like they just rely on historic information, and that's really not enough to make good predictions for the next cropping season if you don't even consider what is available to plant in your farm, right? What was the second question? Sorry. Yeah. So my team nowadays is just me. I'm building it up. I just got in contact lately. It's very fresh, coming out of the university as well. So I kind of like contact the people from the startup center at the university, and we are in the phase of kind of like getting the people from. I have like specifically a background in the biological side, so I need to cooperate a lot with people from the bioinformatics and like the informatics sector, IT, and we are building that, working on that to assemble a good team in that direction.
Thank you, Ivan.
Thank you.
So, here on my list, the next. Okay, maybe the information that I have is not updated. So then I will not inform you about it. So then the next one is Julia Leduc. She comes from the University of Cologne, and the startup is named Anymate Me.
Young Innovators.
True. Okay, but do you want to do that? Yeah, just in case if it's not working on our account. Okay.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Julia, the CEO of Anymate Me. I'm an all-round co-founder with expertise in both software development and business administration, whereas my co-founder Kay is specialized in AI development and finance. We are experts in AI-generated videos, and we are revolutionizing video production. So the key to capturing foreign markets is to connect with your target audience through their native language. That's especially true for the Brazilian market. A survey showed that about 72% of Brazilian consumers were more likely to purchase a product if a brand spoke to them in their native language. We help companies do exactly that. We help them to create and then localize their video content into more than 50 languages. Our AI-powered platform turns every text into a human-speaking video at the click of a button. Here's how it works. First, you enter or upload your script. Then you choose an AI presenter for your video. You can choose a predefined avatar from a library, or you can create your own custom avatar. Finally, you can customize your video by adding text, images, or soundtracks through drag and drop. You can also upload existing presentation slides if you do not want to create new ones. Here's a short demo video I prepared for you. You help me search.
Hi, Young Innovators. I'm Julia's AI speaker, and I can present any text that you type in, and my lip movements will always match your text.
Bonjour, je peux parler français.
私は日本語を話します。
Ich kann sogar Dialekt sprechen.
Falo pouco de português.
I'm sorry I put the
I
wrong
can even
click.
change my voice pitch. Pretty funny, isn't it?
We offer our solution as a platform as a service model to B2B customers only, because we want to avoid our technology from being misused as a medium for political propaganda or fake news. We have a subscription-based pricing model and offer different pricing tiers with a different number of video credits. 1 credit is equal to 1 minute of video. We are looking for local partners to access and reach out to potential customers in Brazil. So if someone is interested in a cooperation, please feel free to talk to me later. That's it from my side. I'm very happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, Julia. Questions?
Hi, thank you very much. It's a very good presentation.
Thank you.
What market are you looking for? What kind of client do you pretend?
So we currently have pilot customers in e-commerce and in e-learning, and we're currently still figuring out what our ideal market is. But what we know is that we are aiming for medium-sized or large companies with a lot of employees, because we help them, localize their video content for a global workforce. So we can create training videos for employees in multiple countries, in different languages.
How many customers do you already have? And considering what you present, are you seeing that this market work for more training, like for the companies, or more for advertisement?
So we currently have 2 pilot customers, but we are already talking to 10 more companies, which will surely follow in the next month. And the second question was what we think is working best?
Yes, because you told us that you, within this pilot company, you are working more for the training sessions, like that they have. But yes. You also have your product working for branding, for showing solutions for the market. But which kind of market you are targeting?
Currently both. So we have a big corporate training company, actually one of the biggest in Germany. It's called FEA Academy. And we create e-learning videos for their e-learning platform, the e-academy, and localize them into multiple languages. Our second pilot customer is Baby Market. It's one of the largest online vendors for baby supplies, and there we create currently video newsletters, so personalized video newsletters.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The German Cancer Research Center is your German.
Yes, I have only the acronym here. It's difficult. I know what it is, but the official name.
Yeah, but the project, it's
great.
It's great.
Can I start?
So imagine you work with a self-cloning crayfish in science, and everybody is telling you those animals are creepy. I mean, they could be from a science fiction movie. And maybe, yes, that's true. But maybe these animals have an advantage which we want to explore. I'm Zina Tönges from the German Cancer Research Center and work on a project which is called Morale, Use the Clone. And I would like to show you what these creepy crayfish can maybe contribute to the social problems of today's society.
Our beautiful planet, the Earth. But nature as we know it is in danger. Large parts of our environment are being damaged by the exploitation of agricultural land, overfishing, and the proliferation of plastic waste, all resulting in the pollution of soils, water, animals, and people. To avoid further non-degradable waste, a small crayfish can help. The marbled crayfish was only discovered recently in German waters. The special feature of this crayfish is its asexual reproduction and its ability to efficiently digest simple food. Marbled crayfish, like all other crayfish, consist essentially of crayfish meat and chitinous shells. Chitin is a biopolymer and has very good mechanical properties, which are, however, used comparatively little in a market potentially worth billions. Sustainable production in a closed system enables controlled breeding of the marbled crayfish in an ideal environment. Crayfish meat is a popular food all over the world and is used in a great variety of ways in the kitchen. Marbled crayfish are ideally suited for this purpose due to their fine, lobster-like taste and texture, but have not yet found widespread culinary use. All other parts not used in cooking can, however, be utilized for other purposes. In an industrial plant, the parts containing chitin are shredded and dissolved. The polymer, which is obtained through processing in a biorefinery, has a diverse range of applications. It can, for instance, be used as a degradable bioplastic for the production of filters, foams, plastic bags, wound dressings, and other products. The marbled crayfish is ideally suited for use in the industrial sector because of its fast and simple method of reproduction.
So what we would like to do is use these animals, farm them in vertical aquaculture, use all the parts of the animals, bringing them to a green biorefinery, and get out the most of these animals using all the parts of the animals in a zero waste concept and utilize the whole animal. We are a team of 4 scientists from the German Cancer Research Center, but one is Brazilian, by the way, one is from Madagascar, and 2 are from Germany. And if you are interested in collaborating in this topic, I would be happy to get in contact with you.
So, questions?
Congratulations, a very interesting research. And how does it work at the German Cancer Research Center to establish a spin-off company?
So first of all, this project is a bit out of the box for the German Cancer Research Center. We use this animal as a model organism for epigenetics in cancer research. But at some point we were, I caught these animals in the lakes during my PhD. And at some point we thought, well, they look tasty. Why we do not eat it? And that's how the process or the project developed. So it's a bit out of the box for DKFZ, but they promote spin-offs because, spin-offs is something which is valued high in Germany and also for the German Cancer Research Center. It belongs to the Helmholtz Association, which has a bigger picture of sustainability, of healthy food, of biomaterials. So even it does not really fit to the German Cancer Research Center in this regard, but for the bigger picture it fits, so they are promoting us to spin out this project.
Congratulations, really interesting. What is your major obstacle during this project right now? What do you to make it fly even higher?
The biggest hurdle so far is find a place where we have enough space and good climate, the perfect climate basically for these animals. Even we want to farm them in closed systems, but of course if it's like here in Brazil where it's warmer, the animals would grow faster. We would not have to put much energy in heating up the system. So what we are currently searching for is a place to have these vertical farmings in big scale, because this is something which is probably not that easy in Germany because of the fact that we do not have much land. We have not much aquaculture. This is much better here, for example, so we would like to have the experience to go in countries like here because you have an established aquaculture system already. Yeah, I mean, if you would like to see, these are the first straws. It's also the ones which are pictured there. The first straws from the marbled crayfish chitin. It's a composition which is made by a startup from Brazil in Rio de Janeiro. They are focused on biodegradable plastics, and with them we developed the protocol to extract the chitin in a green way. And this is the chitin, or this is made as part of the chitin from the marbled crayfish. So we are collaborating already with a company here in Brazil because we will not at the end produce bioplastics, but we would like to promote the companies who do. So by giving them the chitin, which has super nice properties to build those stuff. It's not breakable. You can bend it, and it's heat resistant, and you can bite on it. It's child safety, because if the child bites on it, it's not breaking, stuff like this. Yeah, no more spending it. We tested it also with hot water, cold water, dishwasher. These ones are reusable. If you put more chitin in, they are biocompostable, so then you can just trash it in the trash bin, which would be beneficial for McDonald's, Starbucks, whoever wants to replace their straws. In Germany, we do not have plastic straws anymore because it's prohibited. So everyone is searching for something else than the paper straws we have currently, because they're in the market.
Do you have time for one more question?
We do not have, right?
You said it was reusable, right?
These ones, which you currently have, the first prototype is reusable, yes. If you put them in soil, they will degrade in 2 months. But if you just have them in tea, water, coffee, whatever, you can just wash it and put it back to your drawer and then reuse it until you don't want to use it anymore.
Yeah, because
these are the prototypes. They were a bit more expensive, but they calculated to have, when we can reproduce it, it's about 6 cents per straw. Euros and cents per straw.
And I just wanted to ask, if they're reusable, how do you avoid microorganisms growing and developing on the surface of the chitin, because there's kind of if you're reusing, it can develop micro.
You just wash it. It's not the material itself has not, or chitin, for example, has the property of chitin is to prevent from biomicrobial films. So that's also the reason why chitin is often used in wound bandages, because it keeps the moisture but helps to prevent getting infected. That's a natural property of the chitin. It's not something we have to add to.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So, last but not least, we will have now Thomas Bischoff. Thomas comes from the Helmholtz Zentrum in Munich, or Institute. Okay, so, ready?
Perfect. Hi, I'm Thomas, and I bring medical devices from idea into reality. So part of our guiding vision here is that in many cases, people need access to healthcare questions. They need to see a doctor. They need to get something urgently addressed. But this is often difficult. As we saw in COVID, it's very difficult to get time. It's very difficult to actually get to the place. And in many cases, it's not a complicated question. The challenge ends up being, we don't have good ways of doing those sorts of remote visits. We don't have the technology necessary to simulate the actions that a doctor would take. And so what this sort of looks like is, imagine you're a parent and your child is sick. You just need a quick question. You have an idea about what could be happening. You want to know why it's happening. You want to know what you can do about it. But a doctor might be able to ask questions, maybe check a couple things, look inside an ear, but you can't do that. You don't have the tools, you don't have the training. So a lot of what we're looking at is how do we bring those sorts of in-person experiences into your home. What we're starting with is building tools for diagnosing ear infections. This affects 80% of all children, and in many cases it results in issues with hearing loss, long-term developmental issues, and basically it's something that we can deal with. But the problem ends up being that in most cases, people don't even know why there's an infection that is happening or what to do about it. So our idea is to bring this into a single package that you can package with a thermometer that is internet connected and ready for remote health visits. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Questions?
What's the regulatory environment in Germany to have this kind of solution implemented?
Yes, so you're asking about the regulatory environment in Germany. So it depends on what we want to claim. So sort of, you can think of it as, with a thermometer, we might say, this is something that reads temperature. And so as long as we can show that that's true, then it works. If we want to make a claim that we can diagnose an infection, we will have to run a small-scale clinical trial to prove that that's true. So sort of from that perspective, we can either target we're providing information that augments a physician. So we maybe have a physician on the other side who's reading the information and making the decision. But long-term, we focus on providing the diagnosis directly.
Do you already have the product, or it's still ideation?
So that's a good question. So over the last year, we worked to try to develop this concept that's behind it. The core technology ended up falling out, so now we're pivoting a bit. Basically, one of the vendors we were counting on to deliver a piece of the technology couldn't. So now we're evaluating whether it's possible to develop it in-house versus going from there. I think it's possible. It involves some things I don't quite have the expertise yet in. So we're at the level where everything here except for one part exists.
What about your team?
So currently it's a bit decentralized. It's myself, an engineer who works with me, one person for business development, a couple of clinical partners, and then I'm embedded at a research group that has about 10 people, where I can rely on them for smaller tasks and for getting certain things done. But in terms of full-time people, it's 2 of us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. So, that were our young innovators from Germany and Brazil. Thank you very much for coming in for pitching. So I don't know if before we go to the evaluation of the Innovators Week, all the Innovators Week, if you want to comment something about the pitches to finish, to close this part of the program.
Perhaps we could ask our guests to come to the front. If you want to make some comments on the pitches.
Norma, do you want to say something? No?
Actually, first of all, congratulations for all of you to present your ideas, your product. It's amazing, and I see a lot of, success that you can bring. From my point of view, in terms of pitch, for sure that some of you bring more in terms of how big is the market, how make money with this, who is the team. So, but the most of the presentation, we didn't talk too much about how big is the market. So this is really important to know if it makes sense or not. You can make money. By the end of the day, we need to pay the bill, no? And we make the bill, you need to know great is the market. A lot of questions for me, because we have great ideas, and the part of the idea that you present, I don't know the market. So it would be great you explain, you're competing with whom? How many products do we already have? So this can give more context about your market that you are playing, if it's feasible or not feasible, how difficult it is. And finally, I would say how you can monetize your product now. So this is something that I could get for all of the presentations. But by the end of the day, congrats to this really, really amazing product that you can offer for the Brazil, German, I think the world as a whole. Congrats. And sorry, and if someone needs to talk about the market or even raise money in Brazil with FEA Angels, just let me know and I can support you. It would be.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Bruno.
So I would like to thank you, Marcio, once again for this invitation. Personally, I feel very grateful to be part of this kind of interaction, seeing science coming from Brazil, science coming from Germany, also digital solutions from both sides. And I think it's a great initiative. I have the bias to first understand the technology, its maturity, and then later discuss the market potential, the claim that the entrepreneur is making. But just would like to say thank you to you and to all participants. Amazing startups with a great potential. And we, as Multicapital, we are also open to discuss, understand how we may be helpful to you. Thank you.
So I have a comment as well. So I was very impressed by all the presentations, and what I want to say is that it's really very different to read about your proposals on the paper in short sentence and so on, and to see the pitches and pictures and so on. I had no idea of one of these presentations of your work by reading, only by reading. It's then by reading we have you need to our own imagination, but then we see other things that are very incredible. So, thank you very much. So we go to wrap up. Yes. We have not prepared nothing for today for this wrap up, but Norma will send you a link, or have already sent, I don't know. We'll send you a link with a formula to evaluate all the week with questions about the presentations and so on, and facilities and all the organization. But we want to talk to you about the week and to know about your impressions, your evaluation. That was the first time that we organized such a program. So it's for us very important, this feedback from you. You want to start, Gisela? You can come to the front. I would say you and Daniela should come here to the front, and then we can talk to you on both sides. There is a mic.
Well, hi everyone. Good morning again. I'd like to thank everyone on behalf of USP and on behalf of AUSP for being here. It's like a really impressive group of young innovators, and I'm really proud of everything that you have achieved from the Monday to today, from the elevator pitches to the last one. And it's impressive. We wish all of you the best. And if you guys need anything from both USP or AUSP, you can reach out. We're gonna send the emails from the investor. I mean, everyone that came over here, they said that we could actually send over the email. And so you guys can keep in touch. So thank you, everyone.
Yes, I would also like to thank you for preparing yourselves to come here to Brazil, for the Germans and for the Brazilians to participate also. It's really important for our work to make this connection between science and business also. Besides making the connections between German science and Brazilian science, you know, we have both tasks are part of our work, and I really liked very much the presentation, and I hope that you really use the information you got. We are making videos of all the week, so we will put it on YouTube afterwards. I think there was a lot of information during the week. Perhaps sometimes you couldn't pay attention anymore because you were tired. Then if you're interested in specific parts of it, you can just watch it again. And we also would appreciate not only to get your feedback on this week, but that you give us feedback what happened afterwards. If you could use the connections you made here, the networking you made between yourselves. It doesn't mind if it's between the German participants or German and Brazilian participants, or some connection you made with our speakers. Please tell us about this. Yes, because for us it's very important to know what happened and what were the effects of such a week that we are organizing. Okay? So thank you very much.
So it should not be the closing words now, but the robot. We want to evaluate to discuss with you. So what I want to say is that many people came to me and ask if you can give your contacts to them, if we can give them your PowerPoints to them, your presentations. So we have it already here in the notebook, but I saw that some of you have presented 3 slides, but the files have 20 or more pages or slides. So I will say, if you want to work out the presentations and send us until Monday, I will say the new files, if you want, or if you allow that you use these ones to give to the people that are asking us for your presentations. That some people from PASFI, from BSF, here today as well, and from other days. If you don't want to allow it, say us as well. So, but I expect that all of you want to do marketing, that you want to be known. So I expect that you allow us. So, I want to ask you, really, what were the highlights of the week? Which points or parts of the program? What was not working that well that you think that you can improve? So, and so on. Thomas, then Rafael.
Well, for me, the positives are always the casual interactions. So we had a lot of time to hear from people, to see their experiences, but it's hard to make that connection when it's a group. So all the times where we're just sitting, talking, having a coffee, that's, for me, the most valuable aspect of it. And so I would consider whether it makes sense to split the event into sort of 2 halves. So a style that I've seen before is you have a morning session, maybe 2 or 3 hours of unscheduled time, and then an afternoon session. And that's sort of where a lot of that interaction can really happen. And it keeps everyone focused and it keeps you at the place because you have to come back at some point.
Rafael?
In my case, it was really, really good because of the networking here with the speakers and with the entrepreneurs here. But something that I would change, it would be the class of Professor Sivan about the cultural, because if it was in the first day, the first thing of our week, it would be so good because it is for connection, cultural connection. But it was in the middle of the week, we already have a lot of good connection. So we understood each other's culture, but it was like we already have noticed and learned about that. So if it was in the first day, it would be so nice to make this first connection, and to be more time, please.
Thank you, Rafael. Thank you, Rafael. In the first draft, it should be on the first day, but we needed to change it. Okay.
But as it was on the second day, and you already felt you had a lot of connection, we did something right, okay? Because I thought it was so beautiful to see how fast you're connected. So you connected between the Germans. It was really fast, and between Germans and Brazilian also. I was really happy about that. But you're right, in the next edition, probably we will do it in the first day.
Yeah, I agree with both of them. And one other thing is the pitch training. I also think that it would be better if we could have on the first or second day, because we weren't very sure the format of the pitch, and I think it would be much useful because we only had like less than 24 hours to prepare a pitch, so it was kind of very raw. And like, for example, as he was saying, that there wasn't so much information about market. Like, actually, our original pitch, we have other pitches that we prepared. We have the market size, the more financial stuff, but because it was only 3 minutes, we just put the idea. So maybe like, if before the week we have more clear which type of pitch you want us to bring, we can prepare beforehand. So I think it would be more useful. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia. Here, my answer is, originally, the goal of this meeting is not to be a workshop in what you will develop your project, your pitch, and so on. The goal was more to give you an overview about the innovation ecosystem in Brazil and a little about Germany as well. So we expect that you all will find it boring to have pitch training and many information to work out to develop your projects and so on. I think you have that. You do it in the university or in other situations. But good, we will think for the next in the beginning of the week.
I would like to also comment. So things like the Onono or today, where we really had the option to interact with entrepreneurs, with other ideas, with bringing ideas together. That was super nice because it helped. First of all, it felt like they also asked us how we can help them, and not only us asking always how they could help us. So it was kind of an interaction, which was super nice because this gives you also the feeling of having a cooperation and not only asking for something, which is always nicer, I think, because if both partners benefit from it, it's the perfect way. What I would like to suggest for the next time is to have kind of a social afternoon right at the beginning or in the middle of the week, because and besides the Brazilian person, we never have been to Brazil before, and for us it's a bit sad, I would say, that we haven't had the time that much to explore the city really. And if it would be a social thing with the Brazilians and the Germans together, you would see a lot. You could interact with each other by the day in a social way. You also talk about your projects when you go for, I don't know, a walk in a nice park or an activity together. But you have also seen something from the city, and this is a bit what was missing for us, just a little bit. Because also when we are in the hotel, besides our Brazilian who is helping a lot, we are, in the German group, don't know really where to go and what is a nice place to visit and whatever. So I think this would be beneficial for the next time.
Thank you, Sina.
I wrote it. But normally, when I go to Germany, we don't have this possibility as well in our programs. But
I was more on scientific meetings, and there's always kind of a Rahmenprogramm, it's called like this, where you just go out and see something. In Heidelberg, I'm coming from the Heidelberg area, you go to the wine areas, have a wine tasting and walk through the wine area, whatever, or you visit a nice castle or whatever, and then you have an interaction even though. So it's nice to see the place and you interact in a kind of casual way. That's helping sometimes.
yes, for sure. So in Heidelberg, I had this experience as well. In the German-Brazilian Symposium on Sustainable Development. More comments?
Also tomorrow, the have some tips for you where you could go, Ibirapuera Park or not also.
I wanted also know, I don't want to have a very full program. We wanted to give you some free time. Because of this, we have not planned something for the night, for the evening, and so on, that you can go to, choose what you want to do. This was thinking as well. Thomas?
Well, sort of two sides of that. So one thing that I think a lot of us felt during the talks is that the speakers weren't necessarily aligned with the time limits. So I would consider whether it's possible to either give each speaker more time or to have fewer speakers. Because it felt like in many cases people would get 6 minutes into their talk and then realize they had to flip through 10 slides and sort of end more abruptly. But the other side of that, and this is part of the challenge that we have for the evenings, is that we're staying at a hotel together, so it's easier for us to go talk to each other. But for everyone else who's not staying there, suddenly there's this big gap between us. And part of the challenge of leaving the evenings for the social activities is that we have to go independently make plans to first take 40 minutes to get back to the hotel, and then take 40 minutes to find each other again, and that's part of the challenge. So I think if there's a way to make the social events either start here or have us all leave in the same time, it makes it easier for that to happen.
Some presentations were too short?
I think it's not that the presentations were too short. I think that there wasn't necessarily enough information cut. So people would try to cover a lot of material in the time they had. Because sort of think of every time you get near the end of the talk and maybe there's a discussion that's starting, and then we hear, oh no, it's time to start with the next thing. And I think whenever I hear that, I feel that there's a bit of time pressure, that somehow we could have in a few extra minutes and let things run long, which just means scheduling a buffer at the end so that you don't run into things. But it really felt like a lot of times discussions that were started just got cut off.
I understand. It's not easy to manage this time schedule because we have lunch, company with coffee break and so on, and they are scheduled for determined time. But well, we will think about it. So today I give more time than the official time. For example, if we can, we are flexible.
So I look at scientific conferences as an example. Typically, what we'll have, you might have 4 speakers scheduled for a block, and each one has say 15 minutes. But you're really scheduled for 20 minutes, and so you have some buffer built in so that maybe you finish early, but also maybe it's not goes over, and so it makes some flexibility. When we have a hard limit of 10, and then maybe 2 minutes for discussion, that really should be 50 discussion, and that gives you some flexibility that will let some people go over one time.
Okay. Ivan?
Just to complement what Thomas was saying, I could not agree with everyone actually, but especially in the point that Thomas made, I also had this feeling that we are rushing through so many presentations. And yeah, it was really very cool program, like a lot of nice people, but we barely had time to contact them afterwards, because then like you had like this 10, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 speakers, then 10 minutes coffee break, it's barely time enough to talk to one, and then they were gone and it's lost, you know? So maybe I agree. I guess like a better strategy is kind of maybe reducing the number of people and giving more quality time for discussions with them, because it was really difficult to connect sometimes and some points. Okay. On the other hand, like it was really, as I said, a lot of good information, a lot of good context, and in this sense, we got like a good overview of what's going on in Brazil, which is like I left Brazil like barely like almost 6 years ago, and like that's the first time I'm coming back home in this time, and I had no clue that the startup scene was so dynamic here. It's amazing to see that. So yes, in this sense it was really good. And yeah, to finish, thank you Marcio, Danielle, and especially Norma. That kind of was our bridge for so many issues since we left Germany actually, so thank you so much. Okay.
So a short comment. So we have expected that the speakers of the day will stay with us in all the program of the day and have lunch and could be together with you and so on. But they cannot. They have a short time, and it was. I think it was really successful to have the representatives of big companies here for 10, 15 minutes. At the beginning, we were afraid not to convince them. It was more difficult to convince the startups to come here to have time for us. We could not win no of the unicorns from Brazilian unicorns, for example. So then, but good. We expected that they could take part in more on one day in the audience, but I know it's difficult for them. They are everyone very busy with own business and so on. Rafael again.
And something that was done this day was the speed date. Like you have 2.5 minutes to talk to the mentor. I saw that it was a really, really great opportunity because I got the mentor's contact and then he got me connected to a guy in Dubai. So I guess we want more things like that because they said that we want more interaction. So if you like place a speed date, mini events like 2.5 to talk to the people, it will be really, really, really good. And I want to thank you all for this because it was a really good opportunity to be out of my comfort zone because I was too self-centered in my university, and now I'm here with you without this cultural interaction. And thank you, Marcio, and especially thanks for Gisela for all the care. So thank you, Norma. I'm really, really happy to be here.
Thank you very much, Rafael. So I'm looking here for the time. Our 20 minutes are running. So I don't know, someone want to comment something more? Lydia?
I just wanted to second what he said a little more, like a dedicated networking time. Maybe it would be efficient because then on coffee breaks, sometimes the top executives just flee, they just don't come. But if we have a dedicated time, maybe it would be more efficient because they are more present there. Like in my case, the speed dating was too fast for me. I couldn't actually have conversation deep enough, so because of the time restraint. But if we had a longer time, it would be very nice. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Lydia. Oh, yes, Isabella.
I wanted to add something that could possibly solve the problem of the executives flying after the presentation, is to try to do more stuff outside of company time because they work and some people here also work. So I, for instance,
I'm not understanding. Sorry. A little louder.
I was trying to propose to do more stuff outside of company time, and perhaps the presenters can stay longer because they don't have to go to work, and also some of the participants, because I had to do some stuff from work too, so I didn't come on Wednesday, and try to do things in a period of the day that's more flexible. It's dedicated to doing whatever you need to. I don't know.
Okay, thank you. But I think it's difficult to manage all the people, and I understand them as well. So, Norma, do you think it's ready? I hope. For lunch. We are finishing now. So, okay. But I have some information about lunch as well. So before this, I want to thank you very much for coming, for participating, for your interest, engagement, enthusiasm, and so on. It was really amazing being here with you. It was a really big challenge for us to organize this. This year is the year of our anniversary, so we are in our 10th year of activities, and it's a good initiative, and I hope that we will promote New Innovators Week, maybe not annually, because it's a big, hard work, but maybe try in 2 years, maybe. And I want to thank Gisela and USP, so Auspin, for the cooperation, for putting available all the facilities. And we will have lunch now in a very nice place that you discovered on Wednesday, on Thursday. That should be a surprise, the site from there to the city. Yes, and for closing our program, we have organized churrasco, so a barbecue in the Brazilian art of barbecue, but there is food as well for that ones that don't eat meat, and for that ones that like beer, I want to say that yesterday we were informed that we cannot serve beer, alcoholic drinks here at USP on the campus, because some years ago that were some death cases in parties here on the campus, and there is an agreement between the university and the state prosecute, so that we cannot. So the risk for the director here of Innova USP would be big, and so we cannot serve beer today. So, and wine and caipirinha and so on. Okay. Ice cream. Yes, okay. Without alcohol, no? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Daniela. But that's not for me. So we want then to say thank you, Norma. That's for you. For the great job. It was really challenging for you as well, and needed to support me, to support Daniela, support all of people.
I'm tired. So I think I will have time during lunch to talk to each one of you in person and like individually to say thank you. And I think each one of you know, so sometimes I was like closer to some of you or not. Some of you didn't really need my help that much. Some of you asked me for more things than others. I think we all know the kind of thing that will stay in our hearts. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Norma. So besides supporting us, you are tolerating us as well. And I want to thank you again. I wish you a good comeback to Germany, to the German ones. And for all of you, I wish a successful career and entrepreneurship, and I hope we will see us on the market or everywhere. Okay, but now I think it's time. Gisela wants to say last words as well. So, but I close my words already now. I will not speak more. Okay, enjoy churrasco in the next minutes.
Supposed to be the one, but I mean, sometimes you forget to say some stuff, and when I was back in myself, like, damn, I forgot to thank some guys. But anyway, I'd like to thank everyone from the DWIH, from Márcio, Daniela, Norma, and because you guys made everything come together, and this amazing event, and bringing so many amazing people, and bringing the students too, and providing this opportunity not only for USP, but for Innova USP, but also for our students. And we truly hope this is just the beginning, and we really, really, really are grateful for everything you guys did for us, and for managing to bring everything together. So thank you guys, congratulations to you all.
Last, thank you, Pamela. It was here all the week as well, supporting us and helping us very much here on the stage and with this structure. Thank you, Felipe and team. Rafael will report on our website and social media about the week. Okay, thank you very much. And then we should go for lunch now. You are invited as well.